This is like my third time trying this shit. I'm slightly pissed. I'm sorry, but we're gonna get this done. So I'm not gonna literally read what I've already wrote. If you would like to read all of what I wrote, then read it, nigga. But I'm gonna give a generalized overview of the plan here. Going over cookie cutter builds, Solar Hunter. It's real easy. We basically just turn into a ninja. We're throwing shuriken everywhere. All right, that's the whole plan. That flame, that flame, nigga, that burn people. All right. So the first aspect we're gonna talk about is knock 'em down. The important thing here to note is that while radiant, it gives you two different buffs, one to your super, one to your melee ability. While radiant, if you get a powered melee kill specifically, you will recharge your melee. So yes, infinite knife throws. As well as if you're radiant, when you pop your super, you will get more super damage. Now we speak on Gunpowder Gamble. This is more like icing on the cake, to be honest. What it really does is if you get enough solar kills or solar ability kills, it will grant you a special grenade. That grenade is just think Ash from Overwatch. You throw it, it sticks, it blows up, and it burns shit. It's just nice. It also causes ignition, which will immediately stun unstoppables. Super, super nice. The melee of choice here will be trick knives. You throw them, you throw three of them. You just Genji from Overwatch, right? It's fucking Overwatch character at this point. It's just Genji from Overwatch, so don't overthink it. We go with healing grenades here to match the build, which I'm going to explain after I go over the fragments. Alright, now the first fragment we're going to go over is Ember of Torches. Ember of Torches simply states that if you do a melee attack and deal damage to the opponent, you will make yourself and nearby allies radiant. Because of the way it works, you don't have to be radiant before you throw your melee. So as long as you get a kill with your melee, then you're gonna get your melee right back. So infinite knives. That alone gives infinite knives, right? And then Ember of Mercy, whenever you pick up a fire sprite, then you will get restoration. Also, when you revive your allies, both of y'all will get restoration. It's really nice for two reasons. One, it gives you resilience, and you want to be at 100 resilience. That's something we'll go over in a different video. And it gives you restoration. Keyword, man, you gotta read my shit, bro. I gotta figure out what those keywords are. Okay, I'm gonna go over them at some point. Ember of Searing. If you defeat a scorch target, it'll grant you melee energy, and it can create fire sprites. So that's how you get the fire sprites to fuel your restoration from Ember of Mercy. Also, your melee is your build, so if for some reason you miss or you mess up, this is how you get it back by scorching targets and then killing them. And then this is the thing that really makes the build go Super Saiyan, right? Ember of Empyrean. Solo weapon or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant effects applied to you. What does this mean, right? Simple. You throw a grenade down. This is going to give you Cure, which is just immediate healing, and then Restoration, which is healing over time for about 3 seconds, right? Within those 3 seconds, you get any type of solar kill. For us, it would be our melee kill, right? So we throw our melee. Once we do that, we get our melee right back. We also extend the time of restoration, so we're still getting healed over time. And now we also have a damage boost for ourselves and nearby allies. And you could just keep throwing knives. So that means as long as you can get melee kills, you will have more melees to throw. You will have infinite health regeneration. And you will also have a 25% PvE damage boost. Along with the other things that Radiant does, but we'll have to go over that later because that's not super important here. And that's the build, right? That's the build. This is no exotic required or anything. That's the build. So now I'm gonna attempt to show you how this works. So I come here, nade, I have restoration. See, restoration goes up, and a bunch of other things do as well. And this is the build. This is how you add clear. As you can see, very strong. Sometimes it fucks up if you throw your melee too fast, but that's why we have the gambler's dodge, because then you can just dodge near an enemy and you get it back. And we've got enough kills, so now I can throw this, blow it up, everything's dead. And you see at the bottom left of my screen, Radiant and Restoration. I have a damage bump, so I'm dealing more damage, and I'm also healing constantly. I mean, this is basically the build. This is why it's so good. And say, okay, we ran out, right? Well, now what we're gonna do, because you could do this in any combination you want, right? So we don't have anything now, right? But we have gunpowder gamble. I throw this, I throw the nade, I shoot that, 12 times restoration. And gunpowder gamble is gonna help you start your gameplay loop because it deals a ton of damage on all difficulty levels. Just for reference, I want to see how much damage we can eat. Look at that. Look at the health bar. And then, oh, we're running out. Melee kills. Ooh. You're just a walking fuck this shit machine, right? Did I get that one? Yep. And again, it's really simple. I try to make these really simple. Again, that's why it's cookie cutter. That's kind of the point, right? Now, there are ways that you can improve upon this build to help you get more damage, so on and so forth. Like, because you're getting so many melee kills, you can run something that has Swashbuckler, because Swashbuckler gives you more damage if you get melee kills, and that sort of thing. But that's up to you, right? That's something you got to find out later. Now, I'm Radiant. I'm gonna pop Super. I get more damage. And that's just how Golden Gun works. That's something I have to go over at a different time, but don't worry about that. And then, bam, killed them. We're going to finish this up. As you can see, now I'll be vulnerable, and that's the key here. You have to pay attention to your timers. I will be vulnerable, heal, melee. Now I'm good. And that's the whole build. That's it. I hate those fucking chickens. There's like one more guy in here. Okay, it's in the back. Biting wind. Rolls probably ass. Alright, I'm gonna make this part fast because this is me just adjusting things. But Caliban's hand, right? Let's read this together. Your proximity knife scorches targets it damages with its explosions, or it knights targets on a final blow. After throwing a proximity knife, you gain increased melee damage until the knife explodes. Now, because I'm guaranteed an ignition, you can start doing some weird stuff. So, what I did here is I swapped over to proximity knives to synergize with the exotic, right? I added Ember of Char, so whenever I get an explosion, it's going to spread Scorch. Ember of Eruption, that's going to make the explosion bigger, which is going to help the Scorch spread, right? Ember of Torches to guarantee that I still get my melee back, because we're still running the same aspects. And Empyrean to be able to keep getting the cycle, right? Because you need Torches and Empyrean for your cycle. We just added these two to start spreading Scorch. Alright, and I've come here to show off the build. Very simple. This knife is going to one-shot, so I just got to throw the knife at this dude's head. He blows up, and that was Spread Scorch. He was too far away. As long as it gets the kill, it's perfect, right? So now we gotta find some ads. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. I also already have Gunpowder Gamble, which is just objectively hilarious. This. So we heal. And we missed it, of course. It's harder because I'm in a group, so see, blow everything up. So the build still runs the same. It's harder for me to proc all the things I need to proc because there's a bunch of teammates in the way, which is actually this build's biggest flaw. But if your biggest flaw is that you can't get your loop going because there's other teammates and you're still doing pretty good, I say that's a win. And now I'm in an area where I can do this by myself. Heal, knife. All of them die from the explosion. Big boy explosion now. Boom. Yeah. So as you can see, this is what I mean by it's a cookie cutter build. You can adjust it how you want to make it work with what you want to do. The key is always the same. It's just to follow the idea of creating a loop and then build upon the loop. Like so. Explosions. Just explosions everywhere. And see, that would be this build's weakness. As you can see, I'm struggling with survivability right now, right? Oh, that hurt a little bit. I gotta get my grenade back. Damn, this grenade's taking like 8 years to come back. Throw this. Alright, now everything's blowing up, and I'm healing. And this is how you would run this in like a higher challenging difficulty type setting. You would deal damage to them until they're about to die, then you would throw this. And then everything around them will blow up and get scorched, like so. That guy's gonna die, so I throw another one. It's fun, dude. It's fun. Changing it to the explosive one stops it from having that like Genji feel with the knives. But this is still cool. I missed. But that's why we have Gambler's Dodge. We roll. Cycle begins again. I think you guys kind of get it. Later.